Hey everybody, remember last weekend I did a Facebook post where this little spot here was 2 feet of snow. I snow plowed it because I wanted to be in the garden doing something. We've had this beautiful week, so the ground has now dried out enough that I can plant these peas that we were talking about. Yes, it is the middle of April in northern Ontario and we're going to plant peas. Peas are one of the very first thing I ever plant in the spring. They don't die when they freeze, or in general they don't die. I'm sure is a number, but I've had my peas probably growing and hit -10. I don't ever cover them for any reason. I don't ever lose sleep over them. I don't do anything to them on the cold nights. I plant them, I walk away, and I've never lost a single row of peas ever since I've been doing this. And I've probably planted peas like this for maybe 10 years in a row. It's fun to get out early and get something planted, but you have to know your spot is ready. So like I said, this was 2 feet of snow, and I get a little excited, so I plowed it, and then we got this really nice weather. So the ground dried out enough. I was ready it was ready for me to get ready. I ended up, instead of getting a rototiller going, I put a little bit of 15-15-15 fertilizer on the ground, and then I used this, which is a broad fork. I just loosened up the ground a little bit, and that was my preparation. I raked it out in the end. So when you're planting peas, a suggestion is that when you plant peas, usually you would get all of them ready over about a 2-week span. So what I usually do is I would get maybe 3 different varieties of peas with different days to harvest. So one of them might be 57 days, 65, and 85 or something. The numbers don't really matter, just that, and then I plant them all the same day. That way the first group is ready. When they're starting to slow down, the next group is just starting. And then when they're starting to slow down, the next group is just starting. That way you get a continuous amount of peas. And then what I do in my garden is I will still continue to plant more of the latest variety every little while after that, so I continuously have small amounts of peas, but they just keep going. You can do it the other way, plant all your rows in one kind. You'll just have a whole lot of peas all at once, and that's okay too if that's what you want. Usually on your package it will say the spacing and the depth. I usually use the kind of theory, instead of reading all the packs, that you sort of double the thickness of the seeds. So pea seed is fairly big, so you plant it a little deeper than, say, carrot seed, which is quite small. I usually on my peas go about 1 inch apart from each other, but I'm pretty good at winging everything, so I just take it in a tin can or something and I just sprinkle it. I don't really care if they're exactly 1 inch. I don't want to be here forever spacing them. I just go along, but you can see some spots there's all kinds of seeds. If I really spill a lot, I'll just tend to spread them out a little bit. Then what I go do, I take my garden hoe, just gently cover up. If it's not gonna rain, I'll go back and sort of just pack it a little bit, just so that there's some moist soil content against the seeds. But if it's gonna rain the next day, I'll just typically walk away and save this step. Mark your rows with some sort of stake so you know where you planted, and walk away. These peas here, I will, like I said earlier in the video, I won't cover them. I won't do anything to them no matter what happens, snow, rain, really cold nights. Like I said, I've never lost a row of peas, and I always plant them nice and early like this, and then I get nice early peas. They grow well in the cool temperatures. I think that's all I got to say today.